Ashley is a mess. She has really long ass videos that no one gets to the end of. So if you're from a dating site, or you are someone I am romantically involved with, who knows that I make YouTube videos, and you're watching this because of that, hi. Don't take any of this stuff personally, and this is mostly just a reflection of myself. I'm trying to be funny. I've been meaning to make this video for a really, really long time. This video is pretty much a follow-up to my I suck with crushes video. Today I'm going to be talking about how I suck at dating. Because I do. Oh, I do. Because dating itself is a constant struggle for a multitude of reasons. I guess we should just jump into all of my flaws when it comes to dating, because there are a lot of them. Small talk. I absolutely despise small talk. Like, I don't want to hear about what you're doing for the 10th time today. I don't want the how are you thing to extend past the very beginning of conversation, because that's just awkward. I don't want anything to do with these small, stupid back and forths that go nowhere. Like, if I am on a dating site talking to you, or talking to you in that romantic way, I want to know about you. I want to learn who you are. I want to share things about myself. I want to connect on a deeper level than just, hey, how are you today? Or, hey, what's up? You don't connect with anyone that way. Like, it's just awkward, and the conversation dies, and I don't know how to revive a conversation that was started and maintained on nothing. I can't do it. Oh, it's hard. Like, a lot of times on these dating sites when I match with somebody, I don't message them first, because I know that my usual go-to is, hey there, with like a smiley face if I like really want to like talk and connect with this person, or like just a hey there if I want to talk to them, but they're also like not my first choice. Wow, that sounds really bad. Again, if you're from a dating site, hi, sorry, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear about small things in your life that don't pertain to you, like what you ate for breakfast or what you're doing right now. Like, yes, on some level I do, but if I'm trying to connect with you and potentially get into a relationship with you, I want to know more about you. Like, your passions, your dreams, your pet peeves, anything besides fucking what you ate today, or going constantly back and forth with the word yeah or okay. I hate it. Hate small talk. Dating apps. At least 7 to 8 times out of 10, that is just back and forth small talk. And again, as I was saying before, just how am I supposed to connect with you like that? It's just not possible. Typically, my go-tos for dating apps are Tinder or Bumble, because I like that you can kind of filter out who you talk to. You have to both mutually want to like talk to each other, both mutually find each other attractive to connect. If you either are too young for these dating sites or don't know what they are. I like that aspect of it, but like there's no substance to it. Like, sure, you can write a little thing about yourself, and I tend to go pretty in depth, and I also add in there like, I'm looking for a relationship. I do not at all want to just, I don't want to just fuck you. I don't want to suck your dick. I don't want anything to do with hookups. I want to date you. I make that pretty clear. But a lot of times people either don't read these, they don't put a bio for themselves, or they'll say something that's like a meme because it's funny. It's basically a glorified Hot or Not with a little bit better features and not all the preteens. The other dating app that I'm on, but I don't really check that often, is OkCupid, which is a good app. My big problem with OkCupid is that anyone can message you, which on the surface it doesn't seem like that big of a thing, but I think I checked it for the first time in like weeks yesterday, and I had 255 messages waiting for me. that is very overwhelming. That is a lot. And I'm not saying that as in like, oh, I get all these messages all the time because I'm so attractive and wonderful. No, it's because I don't check it. I don't have the notifications on. And then they build up over time. This sounds like such a whiny thing, come to think about it, but it is so overwhelming to open an app and have that many messages. Even in this app, it is so much small talk. And with that, I find it a little hard because you could just go to somebody's profile, pick, oh, you like this movie, I like this movie, and then there you go, conversation. Like, it doesn't seem like it should be that hard, but it is. Sometimes guys will message you multiple times and then call you like a bitch or something for not replying. Or like, oh, you're too good for me, like you can't reply. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't check the app, I'm busy, I got other shit to do. Like, what do you want from me? Like, we're not friends, we're definitely not dating, that's why we're on this site. Like, so, I'm sorry, I have literally no obligation to message you. Simple as that. It's just how it is. Though I will say one thing, as far as dating apps go, if I haven't been successful with the dating part of them, I will say I have been successful with networking. Again, if you're from a dating site, I'm sorry if you feel exploited or used a little bit. That is not at all my intention, but hey, you're here anyway because you thought I was attractive or something. Heck, if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Kudos to you. Thank you. I would love to meet someone in my day-to-day life. I have tried, and it just hasn't worked out for one reason or another. So I'm left with this. Which then brings me to my next point. I'm very open and honest. I know one of my go-tos when I want to get to know somebody, but the conversation isn't really going anywhere and I want it to, is also just playing a game of 20 questions. Because it's a good way to break the ice and get to know people and then have stuff to talk about later on. The problem is with me being so open and honest about my life and whatnot, is that some people find it intimidating, I guess, or they don't like it. Like, I'll be very open with the fact that I do YouTube and then I tell stories and then I do things like this. I'll be open with the fact that I have depression. I'll be open with the fact that I have issues with my mom. Like, I'm open. Plus, I find that when you're open and honest with somebody from the get-go, it'll typically scare the people away who don't want to deal with that, and that's fine, because then that means that they don't belong in my life anyway. Because of past relationships, another reason I do this is because I don't want to feel like I'm compromising any sort of myself getting into a relationship. I don't want to hide things. I don't want to like make this fake image of myself and then have to live up to that in a relationship because I think that's stupid. I've compromised parts of myself in relationships before, and I just ended up being miserable, and the relationship ended up being terrible and then ending awfully. And one of the big issues with being open is my tragic backstory. I try not to make it awkward. Like, yes, some shitty things have happened to me, but they've also shaped me into the person I am. And if you are talking with me or on a date with me, then that means I gotta be doing something right, and I think I am awesome. So with all of this, I bet you're thinking, Ashley, you're a mildly okay looking girl. You're sort of funny. A lot of people like honesty. You seem pretty outgoing. I'm sure you go on dates sometimes. And yes, you would be correct. Except, I don't go on that many dates for one very big reason. I'm a very socially awkward introvert with very little capacity for being around other people for a very long time. In other words, alone time. I love it. So typically when I make plans with a guy or whatever, and then the time comes to actually do those plans, I'm socially exhausted just thinking about it, and then I end up canceling. So I am very, 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 very flaky. Don't like admitting that, but it's true. So I'm a complete catastrophe when it comes to life. When I do actually get past the whole being flaky and do go on a date with somebody, I'm really bad with first dates. Because I'm just so awkward and bad at small talk that it's really hard for me to get out of my shell with that, especially because I'm also very introverted. You probably wouldn't believe it because I seem pretty outgoing on here. Like, I just talk and I like yell at you guys. And I just keep talking and I never shut up. But Jesus Christ, I don't know. I can talk about myself when it's to you guys because if you're here, you obviously want to hear what I have to say, sort of. When it comes to other people, like I was hanging out with a friend last night and I just like realized that I don't like talking about myself for too long because I feel weird about it because I feel like no one wants to hear what I have to say, which really makes this a conundrum of why I'm doing this, but oh well, whatever. My channel's named appropriately. I'm a mess. Usually with first dates, after the fact, a lot of the time, like, there's some kissing or whatever, I feel like there's a connection, and then we'll talk about a second date, and then a second date won't ever happen. Which then also brings me to my final point, is being ghosted. I've been ghosted an awful lot. So that kind of makes getting back into the dating scene kind of scary to me, because I worry that I'm going to feel that connection with somebody and then just, they're gone. It's rough. Dating is hard, and I'm very bad at it. I don't know if I'll ever get better at it, but I'm trying. So now that I've basically laid out all my flaws to you, internet, to do what you will, or to do with what you will, let me know down in the comments below if you can relate to this. Tell me any of your dating stories, any awkward first dates, if you are also pretty flaky when it comes to meeting guys on dating sites. So yeah, leave that down in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.